Today I'm making a cute mini version of the Squid Game doll, super simple and fun. I've put together a pattern to help keep the proportions right, since that's one of the trickiest parts of needle felting. It's always a good idea to have a reference on hand, so I highly recommend checking your shape and size as you go. Today, I'm making the version with the white square face. If you want to make your own, you'll find the pattern download link in the description. Let's start with the head. Grab some black felting wool and roll it into a ball. Using an all-rounder felting needle, 38G works great. Start lightly poking to shape the wool. Keep going until it firms up into a nice round base. Now take some red wool and wrap it around the top and sides of the black ball to create the hoodie. I start by adding a thin layer all the way around, then build it up little by little to get the right thickness. To keep the hoodie thickness even, remove extra wool if needed and add a bit more where it looks thin. Once the base layer is even, add extra red wool on top to give the hoodie a bit more volume. Then tighten up the wool by gently pressing and poking until it holds its shape. This part requires some close work, so I recommend wearing finger protection gloves to avoid needle pokes. Now for the face. Using a heat or time disappearing pen, mark out a square where the face will go. Take a tiny bit of white wool and carefully poke along the outline to build up the shape. My tip: roll the wool into a thin string first to help create clean, straight lines. For details like this, a thin felting needle, 40G, works best. Keep adding small amounts of wool until the square looks nice and even. Let's make the body. Grab some red felting wool and roll it into a ball. Using a felting needle, 38 gauge works great. Start poking until it firms up into a nice round shape. Keep checking with the reference image to make sure it's about the right size. Then make the legs. Take a bit of red wool, roll it into a loose cylinder, and start poking to firm it up. I like to keep one end a little loose. This will help attach it to the body later. Since legs and hands are small, I recommend wearing finger protection gloves. It helps hold the wool tightly while poking and makes shaping easier. Once one leg is ready and matches the reference size, make a second one the same way. Now we can connect those legs to the body. Position them at the bottom of the body and use a medium or thick felting needle to poke the wool into place. Keep poking until they're firmly attached, then repeat for the second leg. With the basic body shape done, it's time to refine it. Add small amounts of wool to smooth out the connection points and shape the body. I like to start at the lower body, then legs. As you refine, use your fingers to gently push the wool into the shape you want while poking. This really helps firm things up. For example, if I want slimmer legs, I'll press them in with my fingers while poking until they hold the shape. Keep adjusting and refining until you're happy with how it looks. Now time to add the little details. Use the reference image to mark where the shoes, belt, and zipper go. Take a tiny bit of black wool and using a thin felting needle, 40G, start poking it into place. I like to do the shoes first. Once I have the base layer of black wool down, I'll put on my finger gloves again and press the wool to refine the shape. Then, I'll move on to the belt and zipper. For the belt and zipper lines, I find it easier to roll the black wool into a thin string before poking it in. This makes shaping much easier. Alright, the body is done. We are almost there. The last part we need to make is the hands. The hands are made just like the legs, but smaller. Once they're shaped, I'll add black gloves before attaching them to the body. Again, keep checking the reference to make sure everything stays proportional. Now for the fun part, putting it all together. Take the loose wool at the top of each hand and attach them to the sides of the body the same way we did with the legs. Poke until they're nice and secure, then do the same for the second hand. For the head, place a small bit of red wool between the top of the body and the bottom of the head. Use a medium or thick felting needle to poke all the way around until it's firmly attached. Your adorable mini Squid Game doll is all done. Have fun, play with it.